What is going on, Joyriders? Dang, I'm really loving the garage. The car looks so badass sitting in here. It looks good, it looks good. We'll just see how long it stays clean. But I think what I love the most about it, I can like walk around in the garage in my socks. And I've had a few people message me about the license plates. There's a PO box in the description of all my videos, so if you guys wanted to send any of those, because I've had a few people message me about that. All right, today's video, we're gonna go over every car I've ever owned because most of you guys have only known the GT500. This is actually a cool shot right here. That's badass. I'm standing on my workbench. But we're gonna go over every vehicle I've ever owned. I believe there's around 20 of them. So we're gonna try to keep this video short and sweet. And some of the vehicles you guys are probably gonna be really surprised about because you're gonna be like, you had one of those? And I'm like, yeah. And some of them are gonna be very embarrassing. We're also gonna go over the worst one I've ever owned too. So let's get to it. We're gonna hop over into the office. Here we are. All right, so let's get this thing started. I'm just gonna let you know, feel free to bash me, make fun of me, everything in the comment section. It's okay. I promise it's okay. So if you see me looking over this way, I have a marker board over here because I'm cheating. I had to literally write everything down and there is exactly 20. The first one, that was a scooter. Now when I had that scooter, I thought I was the shit. I was like 16 years old when I bought that thing. I was working at a little pizza shop and that was my transportation. I rode that thing everywhere because when I was under the age of 18, my parents were like, if you want a vehicle and you want a car, you're gonna buy that thing on your own and you're gonna go get your own insurance. So I was like, I can't afford car insurance working at a pizza place and I couldn't afford a car. So I ended up buying a moped. It was a scooter. I paid $2,284 exactly for that thing and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Yeah, I actually thought I was a biker. Yeah, so. It was actually pretty quick. I used to like street race with that thing. I raced all the other scooters or mopeds and I beat them all. The second one, which I guess you could technically say was my very first car, it was a 1992 Plymouth Laser. If anybody doesn't know what a Plymouth Laser is, it's basically an Eclipse or an Eagle Talon, if you guys know what those are. Didn't have it very long and then went on to my third vehicle, which that being a 2001 Hyundai Accent. Yeah, that one, this is the one I was embarrassed about. This is the one that Laura makes fun of me about because when we first started dating, that's what I had. And I just thought it was the coolest car ever. I was in high school and I put rims on it. I put a body kit on it. I did all the Ricer stuff. That was my Ricer boy car. So, and then let's just move on to a different one. Fourth one was I believe it was either a 1991, 92, 90, something like that, early 90s Integra. I didn't have it very long. I got it for free. I was delivering pizza. It was wrecked. The guy had it. He was just trying to get rid of the car and I was just like, hey, I'll take it. To make a long story short, my cousin Wes ended up with it and he's got a little YouTube channel, Vlogs by Wes. We're gonna move on to the fifth one. The fifth car I ended up with was a Hyundai Tiburon. It was a 2003. I ended up not even having that car very long. I had that car for a very short period of time. I got that after I sold my Hyundai Accent. Ended up trading that car in for an Evo. So once I got the Evo, had the Evo for like a year, loved that car. And when I had that car, I was basically working to pay for that car. And I ended up having a few issues with it and ended up getting rid of that car. And it really tore me up to get rid of that car. I did not want to get rid of it. That was like the one car that I got rid of because I couldn't afford it. Because at that point in my life, the car was having issues that I couldn't afford to fix. I miss it. Like I still today miss it. It was white too. And I had it for like a year and ended up trading it in for an RSX. Yeah. So, yeah. That was sad, buddy? Anyways, I hate thinking about that. Anyways, we're gonna have to move on to some of the other cars. But while I had the Evo, I also had this, I guess would be number 7, was 1994, I believe, or 96. Yeah, 96. It was one of the body styles. It was a Chevy S10 pickup. See, I had a Chevy, and it was, yeah, it had a bunch of electrical issues. Posted the S10 on Craigslist. Some guy hit me up and was like, hey, would you be interested in a trade? And of course I'm like, oh, what do you got? He had a little turbo Civic. It was a 1994, I believe. And I traded him that Civic for it, and then had the Civic for about a month or so because the area that I was living in needed emissions. I took it to a shop because I was trying to get some stuff fixed on it so it would pass emissions. And while it was at the shop, the guy that owns the shop calls me up and is just like, oh, I got bad news for you. Your car has been completely stripped. Like, somebody stole everything off of it. I mean, they stole the racing seats out of it. They stole the intercooler. They ripped the front bumper off, stole the head unit out of it, all the gauges that was in it. I mean, they stole everything out of that car. It was bad. So then insurance company basically totaled the car out because so much was stolen off of it. So then I ended up buying my 1992 Gsr Integra, and I had that thing for a long time. That was my daily for a long time. I believe I even had that when I had my GT500. That's another car I miss too sometimes. It was fun. Now, I put for the number 10 car because those other cars that I just named off to you were while I had the Evo. So the 10th car, when I sold or traded the Evo in, it was my 03 RSX, and when I had that car, I was just like completely unhappy. Even after I did it, I was just like, why did I do this trade? So then I had that car for about 3 months and then was trying to find another Evo, could not find another Evo at all. And I ended up just breaking down. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try STI. So then that's how I got my 07 STI Hawkeye. So when I got the STI, I had that car for a good length of time. And I bought it brand new in 07 and got rid of it in 2011. 12th car I had was a Suzuki Sx4. It was just a daily, nothing special. I did blow the engine up on it though, going down 66. And it was covered under warranty. It was fun. After I got rid of the Sx4, I traded it in. I got a 2012 Fiat 500, which I still have that car today. Also, I can't forget about the Honda Passport. I've had that one for a long time. That was actually my grandpa's old vehicle. Now the 15th car, I ended up with a Civic. I think I had that Civic for like a week, if that. And let me explain to you how I got that Civic. I call it the Ricer Civic. So I had the STI for sale. A guy hits me up and he was just like, hey, I'll give you this amount of money and my Civic. I was like, hey, send me pictures of the Civic or whatever. So he sends me this thing and it's like this riced out Civic. And I'm like, oh, all right, you know, it works. So I traded him and then immediately like put the Civic up for sale, and I like sold that thing in like a week. After the Civic was sold, the STI was sold, so I was like, all right, now it's time to get a badass car. So that's when I got the GT500. I ended up buying the GT500 off my buddy Sean, and he made me an awesome deal on that. And then that was back in 2011, and that's when I first got that car. So the GT500, I guess, is number 16, and number 17 and 18, let me see, I threw in Laura's F-150 and her Jeep because that's other cars that we have. I know a lot of you guys that have seen the videos and have seen those other two vehicles in there and be like, hey, you know, you left those ones out. So I threw those ones in there. And the number 9, that was 18. Number 19 would be the Focus ST, and then the number 20 would be the RV, my favorite one. So there's my list of cars. So comment below, put your list of cars in the comment section. That'd be something pretty cool. I think it would be cool to go through the comment sections and read, just see, maybe some of you guys have had the same cars that I've had. Now what you guys are probably wondering, out of all those vehicles that I've owned, what was the worst one, or which one would I not ever buy again? And that one, I'm gonna have to say, was the STI. That was the worst car I've ever owned. I've had the worst luck with it. Mine was an 07. And it went through 4 engines. I actually spent more money on that STI than I've spent on this GT500. And most of it was getting the engines fixed. The first one was replaced under warranty, and then the second one was replaced under warranty. And then when the third one went, the dealership voided my warranty. So then I went and picked my car up, took it to a shop, had it rebuilt. And then it happened again. And then after the fourth one, I was just like, you know what? I'm done with this. And most of all of that is due to ringland failure. And everybody that I meet with Subarus, I'm like, so how many engines have you replaced yet? I will say this, they are the best sounding 4-cylinder out there. With the STIs, if you're trying to make big power, it's so hard to make big power out of those cars, and it's so expensive. Mine made 432 to the wheel, and that was on pump gas. Now, if I would have thrown E85 on there, race gas or something like that, it could have been over 500 to the wheel. All right, guys. Anyways, I guess I'm gonna wrap this video up. Those are all my cars. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, smash that like button, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Hello, Joyriders. You thought I wasn't going to be in this video. Peace.